learn Java completely. Today the topic you are going to see is that called constructor in Java. So one of the topic where you can see with the real-time example with particle demonstration also. So if you have idea about class and object OOPS concept in Java, it's very understandable and easy for you. So today's session, let's definitely learn about the topics called constructor in Java, where the rules for creating Java constructor and types of construction like parameterized and no argument or default constructor, and constructor overloading in Java. At last, difference between constructor and method in Java. Let's go for a constructor. What is constructor? In Java, a constructor is a block of code similar to the method. Remember, it's a block of code similar to the method here. And also it is called when an instance of the class is created, and at the time of calling constructor, memory for the object is allocated in the memory. And also it's a special type of method which is used to initialize the object. Remember, it's a type of method which is used to initialize the object also. Every time an object is created using the new keyword, at least one constructor is called. So when I go for examples you can understand clearly. Rules for creating Java constructor. Suppose you wanted to create a Java constructor, the rule is two rules. Is the first one, constructor name must be the same as its class name. Class name and constructor name should be same, and also a constructor must have no explicit return type, and also a Java constructor cannot be abstract, static, final and synchronized. Now for types of constructor in Java, there are two types of constructor in Java, that is default constructor and another is a parameterized constructor. Default constructor, another name is no argument constructor, another one is parameterized constructor. So first of all, what is default constructor? A constructor is called default constructor when it does not have any parameter. If the constructor don't have any values, that is called any parameter is called default constructor. Example, syntax is class name, just open bracket, close bracket, open brace, close bracket. Let's go for example. And also, what is now the question arises for you? What is the purpose of a default constructor? It's a constructor where you use it to provide the default values to the object like 0, null and etc. depending on the type. So let's go for example of default constructor. They display the default values. We are going to say two examples here. They are already in the notepad. 2 times I have already said. So now I'm going to see the program called a class. I'm going to create a program, class bike, where I'm creating the default constructor that is called bike1 of. There is no values, nothing, open base, and I want to print bike is created. Then I'm calling the main method where public static void main string arguments of, then calling a default constructor. How can I call? Means with the help of a new keyword, just now I told you, I'm calling the default constructor is bike1 space b is for new bike1 of, and close bracket, close bracket. So like this, if you have a default constructor, so it may print. Let's see what is the output generated here. So I have already online compiler. So it may print what I give in the print of. Copy. Simple and easy. Yeah. So it may create the result like this, that is bike is created successfully. Yeah. Now there is no error, so it successfully created the object. We are created the empty constructor, that is called default constructor, and printing the value bike is created like that. So now go for next type, that is default parameterized constructor. That means what? A constructor which has a specific number of parameters is called a parameterized constructor. And why is the parameterized constructor? Because this is a constructor used to provide different values to distinct objects. However, it can provide the same values also. So let's go for example, you can understand better way. So we can use it to provide different values to distinct object. For example, if you take a person, you can give the name, age, phone number, what are the information you can give it based on the value. And also before going constructor overloading, let's go the example here. So here we have default, there will be a constructor. I want to print default values. Sorry, one more program is for default values. That is, I'm going to create student information. See, I'm going to write a program called student3 Java program, where I'm giving int data type ID and string is the name. So I want to display the value of the ID and name, so I'm giving void display method, then system.out.println of id plus name, and public static void main and creating objects. Now I am going to create two objects for student 1 and student 3, that is student 3 where s1 is equal new student of 3 and student 3 s2 is equal new student of 3. Now display the values. I am giving s1.display and s2.display. So it's a program for showing the default values. Just I am giving the void display method. Control C. C. So what are default values there? It will generate and print if no error means. It's not copying. Let's go for copying. Copy, paste. Yeah. So we are creating the student 3 program where I am giving the just method and want to print some information. That's null value because here you remember. So we are successfully creating the constructor and calling without parameter. So without parameter, what happen? You take compiler take as 0 and print null values. If you give some name, it will take it. If you give some ID, it will take. So upcoming program will see that. Moreover, here one more program is there, that is parameter construction. Here we have a program called student ID where I am going to create the parameter constructor. Just now I told you where I am passing the values student 4 of int I comma string n, then id is equal to num n and your name is equal to n. We are giving display the values. I am giving create objects and passing values. So before we saw empty, now I am going to pass the value. Remember, I am going to create a program student 4 where I want to give the information of student ID and name of the student. So that's what I am passing the values here. Parameter, that's int I comma string n. Then I am going to assign id is equal to I, name is equal to n, and so on. Then method to display values I am using as usual a void display of system.out.println of id plus name. And also I am creating the objects and passing values. So I am giving student 4 s1 is equal to new student of 511 comma kiran. That is role ID as well as the name followed by the student name. Similarly, another student record I am giving student 4 where 612 comma roll ID and the name of the student is John. And calling method to display values. If you want print display the values of all the object, you can give the function called s1.display and s2.display. So easy and simple, we are creating and passing the parameters, that is a parameter constructor. C, Control plus C, just printing two variables. If you want, you can create another mobile number, contact number, or branch, what I want, you can do it. It's a parameter constructor. Sorry, again copying again. Okay, copy paste again here. It's a program, student 4 program, creating the student 4 where I am creating the two students record and run it. If no error, display their information. The student 4 executing. So unfortunately I am getting error. Let's see here. So taking some time. Just student ID, passing variables, going to print the values. Object. Just check it here. Okay, S2 off. Okay. So student ID comes string n. Yes, everything correct only. So creating objects and passing values. Taking some time here. Let's see. Wait. Prevent problem. Okay. So like that you can use the parameterized one. Now next is constructor overloading Java. What is constructor overloading here? Here in Java, a constructor is like a method but without return type, and also it can also be overload like a Java methods. Remember, so Java constructor is like a method but without return type. That is the one. and also it is a technique of having more than one constructor with a different parameter list. They are arranged in a way that each constructor performs different tasks, and also they are differentiated by the compiler by the number of parameters in the list and their types. So remember, a constructor is like a method without return type, means that is called a constructor overloading in Java. Let's go for example, you can understand clearly before going the difference. At the same time, we check the output here. Yeah, successfully created. So here unit of parameter passing successfully created. So it displaying the values of student, that is student first student ID is 511 and Kiran. Another student name is John and ID is 612. So printing like this. Let's go for example for constructor overload. So this is a program. What I am doing means I have a program called student 5, and the same I am going to give the information called parameters int ID, string name, and int age of the student also. So I am going to create a 2 argument constructor, that is student 5 of int I comma string n, then id is called to I and name is called n, similar to above program, and also creating 3 argument constructor here. Say that is int I comma string n comma int a, because we are going to pass the 3 parameters, the id 1, name 2 and age is 3. So now I am again assigning the values id is called I, name is called n, age is called 7, and void display where you have to print the id, student name, and also age, and also public stat where I am using, and I am going to create the 2 students record S1 and S2, where S1 I am passing the values, parameter values I am going to pass, that is 511 is the ID and the name of the student is Kiran, and also another one I am going to create 3 variables, 3 parameters, that is age, ID, name, and age. So I am going to give the values. ID is the 612, name is the John, followed by age is 26. So when I give this display and display, it will display the values. So if at all no error, it will going to print the values of student record where S1 and S2 with all the parameters. So let's go for execution here. Yeah, let's go execution. So simply and easy, I am passing 3 kind of parameters and giving for the students information. Yeah, successfully created. So here see the output here. This followed by 0. Why 0 come? Because we are not giving any values. If at all, if you not give value, it takes 0 or null value. If you give 10, it will take Kiran age is 10. If at all not given, it by default it takes 0. Here it printing the S2 student record details like ID is 612, name is John, and age followed by age is 26 like that. Let's go for last year. So now we have before conclude the session, we have now about the difference between constructor and method. What is the difference between Java construction method and Java means? Java constructor, what's that? It is used to initialize the state of an object, whereas Java method means a method is used to expose the behavior of an object. And also a constructor must not have a return type, but in Java a method must have a return type. And also the constructor is invoked implicitly, but the method is invoked explicitly. And also the Java compiler provides a default constructor if you don't have any constructor in a class, but the method is not provided by the compiler in any case. At last, the constructor name must be same as the class name. That is an important rule we discussed earlier. Constructor name must be same as the class name, but here the method name may or may not be same as the class name. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, comment in the course box channel. Please share with your friends and stay connected with the social media. Thank you.